Y'all, this isn't just another celebrity rumor. This might be the biggest and darkest scandal of Cardi B's entire career. Because just hours ago, Cardi B's alleged final message before going to prison was leaked online. And in that emotional voice note, Cardi isn't just crying. She's calling out Steffon Diggs and saying she was betrayed. Sources claim Cardi got involved in some behind-the-scenes business with Diggs that turned out to be way more serious than anyone expected. We're talking about secret money transfers, hidden deals, and now a full-blown federal investigation. And the most shocking part? Cardi is reportedly saying, "I did everything for him, and now I'm the one paying the price." Fans are panicking. The internet is exploding. And Diggs has gone completely silent, which only makes this look even worse. So the real question is, backhand index pointing right, is Cardi B actually about to go to prison? Backhand index pointing right, and did Steffon Diggs really set her up to take the fall for him? Because if this leaked message is real, then everything we thought we knew about Cardi B and Steffon Diggs is about to change forever. Before the shocking prison rumor and leaked voice message ever came out, Cardi B and Steffon Diggs looked like the ultimate power duo. Successful, untouchable, and always winning. But behind the glamorous headlines and viral moments, there was already tension, secrets, and whispers of something much darker going on. Let's rewind for a second. Cardi B has always been known for her fearless personality. She built her entire brand on being raw, outspoken, and unapologetic. Whether it was her relationship drama with Offset, her public feuds, or her wild lifestyle, Cardi never cared what people thought, until now. Because this time, it's not just about her reputation. It's about her freedom. And somehow, Steffon Diggs is right in the center of it all. Diggs has always had that flashy, larger-than-life image. NFL star, millionaire athlete, social media favorite. He was the type of man who attracted attention everywhere he went. And when rumors started that Cardi B and Diggs were spending more time together, the internet lost its mind. At first, people thought it was just a casual celebrity connection. But according to insiders, their relationship was way deeper than fans realized. They weren't just hanging out. They were making moves. And not just in public. Behind the scenes. Sources claim that after Cardi's messy breakup with Offset, Diggs stepped in and quickly became someone she trusted. He offered support, protection, and what looked like a fresh start. And for Cardi, who was already vulnerable, that meant everything. But that's where the first red flags started. Diggs' name had already been linked to past legal issues and underground business dealings. Some reports suggested he had associates involved in questionable financial activities. Nothing proven, but definitely suspicious. Still, Cardi stayed by his side. Why? Because Diggs allegedly convinced her that he was trying to help her secure her future, build wealth, and protect her assets. He told her it was all about investments. But now, those so-called investments are being looked at by federal authorities. And Cardi's name is the one showing up on the paperwork. That's when things started to fall apart. Cardi began acting different on social media. She stopped posting like she used to. She seemed stressed, defensive, and honestly scared. Fans noticed the shift immediately, but no one knew what was happening behind the scenes. Until the leak. The voice message that recently surfaced is being called Cardi's final statement before prison. In it, she sounds emotional, broken, and betrayed. She claims that she did things for Diggs that she never thought would come back to hurt her. And now, she feels like she's been left alone to deal with the consequences. That one audio clip changed everything. Because now, it's no longer just celebrity gossip. It's a criminal investigation story. Insiders say the government believes Cardi's financial accounts were used for illegal transactions tied to Diggs' network. And if that's true, it means Cardi might have unknowingly become part of something way bigger than herself. And Diggs? He hasn't said a single word. No posts, no statements, no denial, nothing, which is making fans believe he might really be the one behind this. Now, people are starting to ask serious questions. Did Cardi trust the wrong man again? Did Diggs manipulate her and use her fame to cover his tracks? Or is Cardi hiding something we don't know yet? Either way, one thing is clear. Backhand index pointing right, this isn't just about love, fame, or drama anymore. Backhand index pointing right, this is about betrayal, power, and survival. And as this story keeps unfolding, it's starting to look like Cardi B's entire future is hanging by a thread. Because if these allegations are true, then that leaked message isn't just emotional. It's a warning. And it might be the only chance Cardi has to tell her side of the story before it's too late. The moment the story truly exploded wasn't during a court hearing, a police report, or even a public argument. It started with a single file, a leaked audio file. Late last night, an anonymous account on X posted a voice note labeled Cardi B, final message before prison. At first, people thought it was fake, just another troll trying to go viral. But then verified insiders began confirming that the voice was real, and that what Cardi was talking about was far more serious than anyone expected. In the recording, Cardi B doesn't sound like the bold, confident star we're used to. She sounds shaken, almost terrified. Her voice cracks as she says, "They told me it was safe. They said this was just business. I trusted him. I trusted Steffon. And now they want me to take the fall for everything." The internet instantly froze. Because this wasn't just gossip. This was Cardi directly accusing Steffon Diggs of setting her up. According to sources close to the situation, everything began months ago when Diggs allegedly asked Cardi for a favor. He told her he needed to move some money through her accounts for investment purposes, claiming he didn't want his own name attached to certain deals. Cardi, thinking she was helping someone she cared about, agreed without realizing what she was stepping into. What she didn't know was that those transactions were allegedly connected to a much larger network already being watched by authorities, fake companies, underground sports betting, and millions of dollars moving silently behind the scenes. And somehow, Cardi's accounts ended up right in the center of it. By the time investigators traced the money trail, it all pointed back to her, not Diggs. That's when Cardi's legal team reportedly warned her that a federal investigation was closing in. Panicked, Cardi flew to Miami to confront Diggs face to face. One witness claims Cardi yelled at him, "You told me this was clean money. You said this was just for us. Now they think I'm running your whole operation." Diggs allegedly tried to stay calm at first, but the tension quickly escalated. He reportedly told her, "If you keep talking, you're gonna make this worse for yourself. You're the one whose name is on everything. Think about that." That was the moment Cardi realized she might have been used, and that Diggs had already protected himself by putting everything in her name. Just days after that confrontation, Cardi's lawyers received official notice that she was now being investigated for financial conspiracy, fraud, money laundering, and possible obstruction. These weren't just rumors anymore. This was real legal trouble. And the most shocking part was that Diggs' name wasn't listed as a suspect at all, making it look like he had walked away untouched while Cardi was left to deal with the consequences. In her leaked message, Cardi says, "They already saved him. I'm the one they're coming for. I did what he asked because I thought we were building something. But I was just being set up." That line changed everything. Because suddenly, Cardi didn't look like the villain. She looked like the victim of a betrayal. But then, a major twist hit. Another insider claimed that the money transfers weren't even the main reason Cardi was being targeted. According to that source, investigators believe Cardi had knowledge of a separate incident involving Diggs, something far darker that he wanted to keep hidden. They say Cardi may have helped Diggs cover up a private altercation that could have destroyed his entire career. If that's true, then this isn't just about money anymore. This could be about protecting Diggs' biggest secret. And if Cardi really stayed silent for him, only to end up facing prison alone, then this becomes more than a scandal. It becomes a story of loyalty and betrayal at the highest level. As soon as that rumor surfaced, social media exploded. Hashtags like Free Cardi, Diggs Exposed, and Who Set Her Up began trending worldwide. Some fans believe Cardi was manipulated and used. Others think she knew exactly what she was doing and is now trying to flip the narrative before prison. But just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, a third source leaked something even more chilling. They claim there is a hidden recording of Diggs admitting that he knew Cardi would be blamed. If that recording ever comes out, it could prove that Diggs didn't just betray Cardi. He planned for her to take the fall from the very beginning. So now the real question is, will that evidence ever see the light of day? Or will Cardi disappear into prison before she gets the chance to expose the truth? Because if she goes down for this, Steffon Diggs walks free and Cardi loses everything. And this might only be the beginning of a story that the world isn't ready for. After that voice note leaked, the entire situation went from messy to absolutely out of control. Within minutes, major celebrity blogs started posting exclusive updates, claiming that the investigation against Cardi B was no longer just financial. It had now turned into a full criminal case. And the craziest part? Every new detail seemed to make Steffon Diggs look even more suspicious. One report claimed that federal agents had recently questioned several people close to Cardi about large unexplained payments she made over the last year. Payments that were allegedly connected to Diggs' inner circle. At first, fans thought it was just another attempt to drag his name into the mess. But then screenshots started circulating online, showing what looked like real bank transfers from Cardi's accounts to companies that didn't even exist. That's when panic really set in. Because if those transfers are real, it proves Cardi was financially tied to Diggs' off-the-books operations. But here's where it gets even crazier. Sources now claim Cardi didn't just move the money. She allegedly did it after Diggs promised to handle everything, if it ever came back on her. And clearly he didn't. At the same time, fans noticed that Diggs suddenly wiped a huge portion of his social media. Old pictures with Cardi? Gone. Comments about loyalty and family? Deleted. Even a mysterious highlight called Trust disappeared overnight. That only made people more convinced that he was trying to erase evidence before something even bigger dropped. Then came the real shock. A so-called insider leaked that investigators have an unreleased phone recording where Diggs is heard saying, "If she gets caught, that's on her. I told her the risk." That one sentence was enough to send the internet into a meltdown. Because if that recording is authentic, it changes the entire narrative. It would mean Cardi wasn't a partner in the scheme. She was a pawn. Someone he was ready to sacrifice. Suddenly, Cardi's emotional voice note makes perfect sense. Her saying, "I was betrayed," isn't just heartbreak, it's fear. It's the realization that she might be facing prison time for something she only did because she trusted Diggs. And now, with federal pressure building and Cardi's name being dragged through every news headline, the biggest question is starting to take over social media. If Cardi goes down for this, is Steffon Diggs next? Because at this point, the truth is getting harder and harder to hide. And it feels like we're only one leak away from everything blowing up. The moment this story hit the internet, it was like the entire world picked a side overnight. Cardi's fans, the Bardi gang, immediately went into defense mode, flooding every platform with hashtags like #ProtectCardi and #DiggsExposed. They're saying Cardi has always been outspoken and emotional, and that there's no way she would willingly get herself into something illegal unless someone she trusted pushed her into it. To them, this isn't just a scandal, it's a setup. But not everyone is feeling sympathetic. A huge portion of the internet is saying this is karma, pointing out Cardi's past controversies and claiming she finally got caught up in something she couldn't rap or talk her way out of. Some viral posts even accused her of playing victim, just to save her image before the truth officially comes out. And then the celebrity reactions started pouring in. One well-known rapper tweeted, "If you're doing dirt with athletes, don't cry when it catches up." That one line alone set off a storm, with fans debating whether that was a direct shot at Cardi or just general industry shade. Another female artist posted a cryptic message saying, "Loyalty in this game will get you locked up faster than hate." Many believe that was subtle support for Cardi. Even major hip-hop blogs started dividing the situation. Some outlets painted Cardi as the victim of manipulation, while others suggested she was more involved than she's letting on. And that split is exactly what's making the story so explosive, because nobody can agree on what really happened. Meanwhile, the sports world is also reacting. NFL fans are furious that Steffon Diggs' name is even tied to something like this. Some are defending him, saying celebrities get blamed for everything. But others are digging through his past interviews, pointing out how often he talks about handling business quietly and moving smart behind the scenes. Then there's the record labels. Insiders claim Cardi's team is in full-blown crisis mode, trying to keep sponsors from dropping her while also preparing for the possibility that this case becomes public in court. One label executive reportedly said, "If this turns out to be real, it could end careers. That's the level we're at now. This isn't just gossip anymore. It's a full industry meltdown. Fans are fighting. Celebrities are throwing subtle shots. And both the music and sports worlds are watching closely to see who cracks first. Because if Cardi's message was really a cry for help, then this might just be the beginning of the fallout. And the biggest reaction of all, everyone is now waiting to see whether Diggs will finally speak, or if his silence is already saying everything we need to know. Just when everyone thought this story couldn't get any darker, the biggest twist of all quietly surfaced. Late last night, an anonymous account dropped what they claimed was the real reason Cardi B's final prison message even exists. And if this is true, then Cardi wasn't just betrayed by Steffon Diggs. She was trying to expose him before everything collapsed. According to this new leak, Cardi allegedly discovered that Diggs had been using her name, her status, and her business connections to move money for an operation that was never meant to be traced back to him. And when she confronted him, he didn't deny it. Instead, he told her that if the authorities ever came knocking, she was the safer face to take the blame. Let that sink in. Not because she was guilty, but because she was famous, loud, and already controversial, meaning the public would believe it was her doing something reckless. And that's exactly what started happening. But here's where it gets even crazier. That same source claims Cardi didn't plan on going down quietly. She reportedly recorded several private conversations with Diggs as insurance, and the leaked voice note we heard was only a small piece of a much larger recording meant to come out if she was ever arrested. That means the voice note wasn't a goodbye. It was a warning. Now, insiders say there is an entire unreleased audio file that allegedly contains Diggs explaining how the whole scheme was structured and why Cardi was too deep in it to walk away. And if that audio really drops, it won't just shake the music industry. It could take down one of the NFL's biggest names with it. But wait, because the timing makes this even more suspicious. Just hours before that leak surfaced, Diggs' management team reportedly contacted multiple online platforms, demanding that any false criminal claims about him be taken down immediately. And suddenly, some of the original posts linking him to Cardi's situation started disappearing. Almost like someone is trying to clean up the mess before it spreads. And Cardi? She hasn't posted anything. No denial. No clarification. Just complete silence, which has fans convinced that this is all part of something much bigger. Some people are even saying Cardi is being advised by lawyers not to speak at all because any public statement could interfere with the case. Others believe she's waiting for the right moment, the right pressure point, before releasing the full truth. And that leads us to the most chilling part of this entire situation. Because one industry insider claims the investigation isn't just focused on what Cardi did. It's focused on who made her do it. And if the authorities can prove Diggs orchestrated the entire thing, then Cardi could flip the narrative completely. She wouldn't be the villain anymore. She'd be the key witness. But flipping on Diggs would mean exposing powerful people tied to him. People with money, influence, and a lot to lose if this ever reaches the courtroom. That's why some fans are starting to ask, is Cardi really going to prison, or is this all a setup designed to force her into silence? Because if Cardi releases that full recording, she could destroy Diggs' career, but she could also put herself in serious danger. And now the internet is on edge, waiting for the next big move. Will Cardi finally drop the full truth and risk everything to clear her name? Or will Steffon Diggs find a way to shut this down before the world hears what she knows? One thing is for sure, this story isn't over. In fact, it feels like we're only at the beginning of the storm. So what do you think? Was Cardi B really set up? Or is there more to this story we haven't uncovered yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is one of those cases where the truth could change everything overnight. If you want more updates as this drama unfolds, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next bombshell. And trust me, if that full recording ever leaks, we'll be the first to break it down. Stay tuned, because the next twist is coming sooner than you think.